experts predict that travel this holiday weekend will be the highest we've seen since Labor Day of 2008. According to AAA, 85% of travelers will make their way to destinations by car. And when it comes to gas prices, we're in luck this year. They're expected to be the lowest we've seen in a decade. So with all the travelers hitting the road, it's time to get your car and your family prepped and organized. So who better do that than our organizing editor, Brenda Principali? How you doing?
Very well.
I know road trips can be tough if you're not organized, for sure.
Absolutely, and there are all of the things to do to make everybody happy.
Yes.
And to get a. And there are those things to do that will keep you prepared in case of some type of emergency. And it's really important to do that because nothing can ruin a trip more than, if you run out of an extra soda, that's not the end of the world. If you have an accident or if there's a disaster, then there's some more things to be taken care of.
Okay, so what's your first tip here?
Well, the first thing is that if there is an accident, what should you do and what to have with you to be prepared for that? And there are all kinds of things to look at for, first of all, checking with your insurance company. What is it that you need to have in case of an accident?
Right here.
Do you need to have the first aid kit is a great thing, but are there things, specific information that you need to get? And we know that even here in the Las Vegas Valley, the reporting of accidents has changed with Metro. So you need to look and see what is the reporting procedure.
Yeah, they don't always come out, especially if it's not injuries, so that's good to know.
Right, right. And so, the first thing is, yes, if there is an injury, how are you going to handle that? So that's the very first and most important thing.
I like that little, we've got cameras on our phones now, but a disposable one's a good idea as well.
Right.
Okay,
yeah.
what's all this packing gear?
So the next thing is that as you travel, and right now we're kind of in the midst of summer to fall, but any trip you might have an experience of getting into weather.
Okay.
And so to be prepared for that weather. And right now, we have, yes, the extreme heat that luckily we're just kind of finishing up with, but if you have an emergency, what do you need to do to be prepared to be out in that weather? Whether it's a hat with a big brim, we think of an umbrella, and why do we need an umbrella? But it's a really great protector from the heat. So what are those things that you need in case of weather? And we have such great promotion of not driving through flooded areas, so it doesn't matter where you are.
But think about the highway to California when we had those fires and people were stranded out of their cars. They could have used umbrella to protect from the shade.
Right, right. And what to have in there. And so it also then lends to those emergency situations, which of course we never want to think about, but they are a national emergency, a disaster or some terror. And it's the things to be really that extra layer of prepared. And there are really great resources. You can go and get checklists on a multitude of websites, but whether it is, if things go out and we don't have cell phones and if we don't have access to electricity, what are we going to do and how are we going to be prepared? So whether it is, food, two-way radios, enough water, a little bit of supplies.
Battery-powered light or flashlight's always good too.
Exactly.
And then what do we have here lastly?
Well, the last, and again, this is one of those wind-up flashlights, so that you don't have to worry about a battery going bad in your trunk.
That's great.
And so you just wind. It's a great exercise.
Wow.
You wind and wind and wind.
I like that.
And then the light will turn on for a certain period of time, so you don't have to worry about batteries going bad.
Brenda, thanks so much. Where are you going for Labor Day?
Actually, I have friends coming in from out of town.
Of course. All right, Jason, over to you.
Hi, Rachel. Thank you. We are in our Galaxy Outdoor Kitchen with our Galaxy Outdoor Kitchen, and that's the easiest script I have to say.